Today I am going to show people my loadout for my hardlight troll, because a couple of my friends actually they keep wanting to know what I'm using, how I'm using it, how I'm set up. But I mean, my arts aren't all the maxed out, but a friend of mine, Ultraviolet, gave me a bunch of pointers on buff troll and power as well. So I just wanted to show the community of DC Universe what I've been using. So as you can see, I'm 376 CR. I'm not wearing any elite gear. White mods, I'm using Tumbling Master in the feet, improved stealth in my hands, replenishing adapter on my hand, my weapon, supercharged group shielding 3 in my head. My neck mod is escalating replenishing processor. My back is weakening field. My chest is extended supercharge, and my legs restorative fan. Not that I need a leg mod, but I put something in there because it just felt odd not to use it. And when it comes to my artifacts, I am using the Claw of Ilkhund, and as you can see, those are what it basically does. I mean, it's only 170, but it does adequate job at 170. And then I'm using the Amulet to Route for my debuffs, and also gives him a vitalization, health, and power buff. So as you can see, those two actually do a lot. But currently I'm ranking up the Parasite's power harness because it also gives precision increases. So I didn't know that, and I ate this. I got the XP in my amulet around from a previous Parasite's power harness. So I have the option also to use Grimoire's Chain, which the defense debuffs. Place slow moving field around on the ground under the target for 6 seconds. Then it cools down, and it's pretty cool to see. I mean, the animations, I can swap in and out of these two if I need to, depending on what mission I'm doing. So as you can see, this is how I usually run with my buff troll, because this gives everybody a buff, and then this one here gives a precision DPS as a buff. This one here makes my debuffs stronger, and hit more people, so I like to use that. So that's how. Then allies, these are what I use on my allies. I use Professor Zoom, no important reason other than I like the animations. But I use Cyborg in my second slot because I receive passive power recovery rate from the generator when they're above 50%, and that actually does work pretty well. Then I'm using the house bot because as a buff troll and a power troll, I'm trying to do everything all at once. I feel that I get more power back from stunning and enemy NPCs in the game. I'm constantly debuffing, so every 4 rotations my debuffs have to go back up. So unless there's more ads, then I can time the debuffs again. And this is just the allies I use for my buff troll. Then we'll go into loadouts. Loadouts, I use Impact because I've been using it. It used to be my power over time thing. Also, I like to see the animation of it running over everything. Then after that, I'll show you guys the other things later as I'm going. But I'm using Light Blast for my defense debuff, which I can also use. Where's the other lightweight strike? Well, that actually could be for the grasping hands. I could actually change it out. But the Light Blast debuffs enemies' defenses. So basically what the defense debuff is it will reduce the ability so that when DPSs are attacking, it reduces certain percentage of the defense the boss has or whatever they're attacking has. So their attacks are being, their defenses, the boss's defense are being ignored. Basically, that's what it is. Then I use Recharge. That's power dump to people, so I constantly dump in power. And then I use Grasping Hands to reduce the enemy's damage output. Like I said, you can also use Lightweight Strike. I like either one of these. Personally, you could actually use lightweight strike because it hits a little bit bigger of an area. Grasping hands seems to be, more of a single target, grab. So, but I always used grasping hands, so that's the reason why I have grasping hands in there. And then snap trap. Snap trap is a healing debuff. So you debuff your enemies from being able to heal. If any of you have ever done Prime Battlefield or Paradox Wave or a few other different missions, you know that some of the bosses have the ability to heal them. Well, if you're constantly putting that on them about every 4 rotations of your loadout, there's no way they can heal. Well, they can still heal, but it's going to slow it down drastically. And then I'm using group shielding. So group shielding, what it does, it provides power over time to your entire team. And I've been using that for the time and duration I created this character. And then we'll go to weapons. The weapons too that I have actual skill points in is brawling and martial arts. As you can see, I went all the way down the tree, and this one here I just went so that I could get my weapon mastery. So what I do is I tap triangle, hold triangle, and it taps up and spins me in a circle, and that's the reason why I have those. And then we'll go into super speed. I just use it straight down because I like to have breakout mastery, because a lot of the bosses and NPCs now, they're starting to be able to stun us, so it's good that you can break out of it quicker. If you don't have it, you kind of have to wait for a tank to hit a debuff or a breakout so you can get free. So that's why I use the skill points this way. And welcome whoever's just showed up into the thing. I'm just kind of going over my buff troll stats. Then in here I only have super strength because unfortunately over the years I love flying around Metropolis, Gotham, wherever, picking up cars and throwing them at people, or helicopters, such as if you're in a Teen Titans area, they got that helicopter. I love grabbing and running it down and throwing it at my teammates sometimes because we love to play around that way. Then skill point wise, for my buff troll, I'm going super powered, and part of the reason is because I realized that my dominance is status. I'll explain all this later, but I go this way, super powered. I get my critical power chance. I get my critical power magnitudes. My vitalization's maxed out, and as if you see, I only have 2 skill points into my dominance. Part of the reason is because my base dominance is higher than the elite suggested ratings. So I'll show you what I mean there. So instead I took all my skill points, put it into critical attack damage or chance, and then critical attack damage. And I went down and put 138 skill points into my might and power. Based upon doing that, it increases my power percent, 10% more power, 10% more might, and I have a 10% more weaponized rating. Basically it gives me the numbers you see down below. 2015 more power, it gives me 537 more might, gives me 1074 weaponized rating. Well, the reason why I said is somebody gave me the advice to go down here to the raids and see what the suggested might level was. Well, I hit it, or dominance level, and as you see it says suggested dominance 37,711. So I was like, okay, well, my dominance was well over that at the time because I had all my skill points in the dominance after vitalization. So as you see, my dominance is 39,090, and my might is 106,000, but it doesn't really change much of the stats. If you look down here at the numbers, I have basically, this is my status. So critical power magnitude, that's something that I love to have, is a 45%, and critical power chance, 25% chance. Those are actually pretty acceptable. So like I said, what I normally do before I even go on a mission, I'll just recharge just so my buff is up. And as you can see, my might went up to 112,000, my dominance went up to 41,000, my vitalization 64,000, and as you see, the numbers changed. So that's part of what buff trolls do. We buff the whole group in that manner. So like I said, I'll buff this, my POT's up, I'll hit that, and as you see up above, you'll see where it says sparring target, you'll see the heart, that means the healing debuff's up, the shield means the defense debuff's up, and crosshairs means the boss's damage output's been reduced. So that's part of what I do. So like I said, I'll go here, 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 and here. Then I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and watch, my debuffs are coming down now. See? And this is the rotation. And as you see, after the 4th one, I come back on the 5th, oops, lock, break out my ally, and like I said, as you see, my power bar is really not moving because the way I spec myself. So there's the reason why I said you go 4 recharges, and on the 5th one, you have to basically go back in and start your debuffs again. And going on a sparring target, really not going to do the greatest amount of damage, but most of the stuff you're going to do is basically debuffing your team so that they can burn better. And that's the reason why I kind of decided I was going to be a buff troll. I also have a loadout for just a regular troll, just a debuff troll, but I prefer to be a buff troll. And the reason is because you have a tendency to control more of the game environment by debuffing and stunning ads. Because when I come out in the real world, you can see a lot more differences. And I'm going to attach a video with gameplay so you can actually see how my debuffing works in real gameplay, which I spent a lot of time in the 31st the other day. So I'm going to try to attach gameplay with that too. So I just wanted to give you guys a video of my buff troll so that you guys can decide whether you guys want to try to follow that route too, because
Cosmic Boy, control the field. Saturn, use your powers to destroy. Show them your true nature. Right
And I started on my electric guy, and by the time I got done, my hands were sore.
Nice. That's a good day when your hands are sore.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm a buff troll, so that's my job. And before I went to my buff troll, I was EOG healing. And
how do you like that?
What's that?
EOG healing with the electric, right?
Shitting me.
Oh, for the
Yes,
for
the solos
beats.
go to
Yeah.
250.
I'm only at I'm pushing 50. I'm like 35 right now. I'm
Yeah,
not doing
you-
250.
Yeah,
So,
that's,
well, it's good because that means it's going to be around. It'll probably be a yearly event. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, that's like, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's a lot. I don't have that many replay badges anyway.
Yeah, I did that with my atomic tank. He's in full elite gear.
You did what?
He's in full elite gear, like all the.
Renown,
Yes.
From time.
Yes, he's in full elite gear.
So I'm hoping to get my tank into finally. Even though in 2 months it's going to be obsolete because of the DLC in October, but that's alright. I joined a league too.
Oh, you did?
The Scions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good so far. Been in it for like 5 days.
Wow.
Yeah, just don't worry about it because that means chances are they're
Probably speed hacker.
speed hacker. Yep.
Yeah.
I found that out a lot. I mean, when you get blown away by 50 million DPS, yeah. I know I'm not an Uber player, but I'm not gonna get blown away by 50 million.
Yeah, but you gotta remember one thing though, is my fire guy, he's built to burn the world, man. I mean,
Yeah.
every mission I go into, I'm always either first or second DPS.
That's what I mean. And if all of a sudden now somebody comes along and wipes the floor with you in their PC, chances are they're at those speed hackers.
Yeah, that dude.
That's just my opinion, you know.
Yeah, because I mean, I was like, holy
There's always
shit!
somebody better, you know.
I mean,
So,
that guy,
I mean,
you know.
he could have been good. But
I mean,
like
that
said,
guy, huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That guy though, the way he beat me like I stole something. You know what I mean? I mean, it was weird because I've never had anybody beat me so badly. You know what I mean? And then I just thought maybe I need to work on stuff better. You know what I mean? But that guy, I mean, he had some unbelievable burn. And you know what you said about the speed hacker, I didn't even notice if he was PC or not.
PC, dude, PC, that's a dead giveaway. It's, you know, I've started to. When I see somebody really kicking my ass, the first thing I look for is whether they're PC or PlayStation. If they're PlayStation, then it's like, oh shit, then they're definitely doing something right, you know. But if it's PC, you gotta always, you gotta wonder, you know.
What's up, EOG? Yeah, so that's why I said, man, it's just that guy kicked my ass so bad I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, holy shit. I can't watch the video because I saved it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I can go back and look at it again and, you know, review what he was doing. Because my friend Bart, you know, he has almost 500 skill points and he's pretty, you know, pretty set up on his quantum DPS. And usually, like, you know, he'll stay, you know, he'll be beating me when we're in the hallways and shit, you know, when it's all the ads. But when we get to the bosses, that's where I divide and conquer, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I'm doing so hard boss damage on the boss that he can't even match it. He's been working on a single target loadout for quantum, but he just doesn't seem to be able to cut it with my boss burn, you know what I mean? Because what I do is I'll use on my single target, I use immolation shield.